Hello, everyone. Welcome to Roots and Recipes. And here are a few things as a chef and gardener that I found helpful and very useful to me here on the homestead. First one is this cart because it's already in my close proximity. Moving heavy loads or even just, heavy enough loads to and from can be a little burdensome on the back. So just being able to throw it in the cart, let the cart do the work for you, has been great. What can I say? Hell of a downgrade. Come on in. Another thing that I found extremely helpful to us because it acts not only as, well, a greenhouse, but it also acts as like a semi-storage until we're able to get a shed, which is what we hope to do in 2025. Come on in. And in that greenhouse, it's a mess right now because, like I said, things are starting to pile up as we grow and do more things here. I got more plants, got seedlings, I'm building stuff, so I have my tools in here. It's pretty crazy, pretty packed. But with that, one of the most helpful things, and it makes me think of, as a chef, of my probe, my thermometer, is a soil tester. And this soil tester will give me the pH, it will give me the temperature, and it will also, mostly, I find helpful for me, is it will give me whether the soil is wet or dry, right, or normal. So with my extremely clay soil, it doesn't drain well at all. For years, I was overwatering, and I found that this guy right here, $30. This is not an expensive one. They do get more expensive and probably more accurate, but this one right here has been helpful. It tells me when soil's too wet, too dry, or if it's just normal and I need to leave it alone, right? Well, I guess if you're building a garden and say you have deer, you're gonna need fences higher than this. So most likely you'll want to border your garden. And what I found helpful is building this small border, not to necessarily keep like deer and stuff out because we don't have that here, but I have 4 dogs and they will eat through, pee and poop on, and go through this garden and tear it to hell. So I knew right away to keep their poop out and pee out, keep them out, I had to put some fencing up, and so far so good. Oh, another thing that's been really helpful is, I didn't know this is mulch. And I had this big pile dumped here, a month ago already, and I've already found so much use for it. Even though I do have trees here, I'm able to mulch them and cut them down, but I don't have a chipper, so I can't really go into abundance. So we'll do that later on, but with the big pile that I had dropped, I was able to completely cover my garden area, right? Makes it fresh, makes it smell good, look good, and then I also fill my raised beds with it. And what that does is allows me to use less soil, and then it also breaks down over time and provides nutrients, right, to the plants. So that, and I've been able to mulch my trees. I have 30 fruit trees here. A lot of them most recently, especially the ones here bordering my cooking area. I found it kind of rather boring, and why not surround my cooking area with things I can cook with, right? If I'm cooking some carne asada or something over here and I need a lime, snatch it off the tree when they're ready, right? Maybe I want to implement a mango or a fig or a banana or a guava into the dish. Like, it's right there. And then I just have the beauty of the nature around me. On the chef side, I used to have my cooking equipment scattered throughout the yard. And I found that I built this little makeshift cooking pad here all by my lonesome. And it, kind of looks like it, but as nature grows around it, it's gonna look cooler in theory. So, but putting everything in one place so it's all accessible is, I think, a great idea for all things. Let's come up to steps here that I put in a few months ago. And I mean, access to the garden is important. We're on a decline. So our house is up here, the garden area is there, cooking area is down. So no matter where you look at it, our backyard and side yards are below the house. So having steps and access to that is important. No more locked doors. So I don't know if you can see in here, but one thing that's been helpful for me, as I'm 42 years old and I've worked with my hands pretty much my whole life, and just bending over in kitchens and working on cars, I found that with this soil out here is so hard, so dry, especially moving in, that hopefully with the mulch and everything, it softens up, but I doubt it. So I think purchasing an auger, especially if you are unable to dig holes, and all those posts I put in and all those fruit trees, as soon as I bought this baby right here, game changer, I tell you. Get yourself an auger, whether it's a mini auger or a bigger one like this. I mean, I don't see needing one bigger than this unless you're doing some major farming and some major digging. But this guy right here, Facebook Marketplace, got it on the low, got it on the cheap. I won't say it's stolen, I have no idea, but this has been extremely helpful when we purchased this off of Marketplace. And since then, I went a little fruit tree crazy and added like 22 more, because I knew that I wasn't gonna break my back and my hands getting these holes dug. And I'm pretty sure my son is also grateful, because I would also make him help me. And now he doesn't have to. He just can hold a camera. So in my studio kitchen here, you definitely want racks for storage, hooks to hang things. I think that's really important. Come on in and close that door. If you are a content creator, lighting, and not just lighting, but mounting the lights is uber important, because now I'm not, like, say if this tripod was here and the light was on it, I'm kicking it, you're busy, you're trying to get things done. So getting things out your way and accessible, no cords, get them up and running through. Obviously you need cameras and stuff, so getting things on wheels as much as possible, I think is important in any kitchen. Being able to move things out and deep clean behind it, right? If it's stuck and it's not on wheels, you're gonna have to work really hard to clean behind it, or you're not cleaning behind it at all, or not good enough. So getting things on wheels in kitchens, and I kind of took that concept and put it in here. So everything in here is on wheels. It could be rolled, moved, swept, mopped, cleaned, and so on and so on. Much like the soil tester, I, as a chef, believe that having a probe, a digital thermometer or of some sort, is highly important, because no matter how good you are, you're in the weeds, whatnot. If you're cooking with high-end steak, high-end product, you don't want to waste that product by being cocky and arrogant. You want to make sure that the guest gets their steak how they want it, or you, the person eating the steak or protein, whatever you're cooking with it, gets the result that they want. If you want a medium rare steak, you're gonna pull it at 130. How do you know it's at 130, right? You know, depending on the thickness of the steak, right? You probe it, right? If you're smoking something, you're gonna use a probe, ideally, right? You know, if you got something roasting in the oven, you wanna use a probe so you can know what the internal temperature is at all times. That's just smarter cooking. Don't be cocky, don't be arrogant. Use a thermometer. Obviously, needless to say, you know you need a good chef knife. You need to keep them sharp. You need a honing steel to keep those blades, you know, nice and aligned, right? But you need spices, and this is not sponsored, so you don't need to show them. But spices in your life, get some spice in your life, mix it up, try new spices. You want to be a better chef? Taste everything, test everything, eat everything. You don't know if it's going to be good or good together unless you like it. And books are an important resource. I have multiple books. A good one to start is Molecular Gastronomy, Exploring the Science of Flavor, Flavor Bible, Kitchen Creativity. Obviously, you can go like ad hoc at home. You can get real like chefy with it. But I like, you know, books that are more resources and are gonna kind of give me technique and on how to do things like that. Yep, and that's it. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe. If I should do more videos like this, there's a ton of things we can discuss in the kitchen that will be helpful, and what I'm learning to be helpful out in the garden. Roots and Recipes. Have a great new year. Peace.
It's a beautiful day, call the peeps to come out and play. Well, have a good time living the life of